voices too. Can I have your voices too? Please. Oh, here we go. Unclick your mutes. Let me hear you. Unclick your mutes. Okay. Empezamos hoy como cada día en nombre del Padre y del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Hijo de Dios, dame la gracia de cumplir esta acción contigo y por el amor de ti. Te ofrezco todo lo bueno que yo haga y acepto toda dificultad que en ello encuentre. Amén. San Francisco Sales, por nosotros. San Francisco de Asís, por nosotros. Vivir Jesús en nuestros corazones. Okay. So, a couple of things really quickly. The first thing is, if you have recently taken a look at the calendar, there is kind of everything laid out as it's going to be for the rest of the year. If you haven't yet, like a brief thing that I did last class, like take a look at, see what's there. A lot of information is in there, and it can help you kind of balance it out. If you have access to a printer, I suggest printing it out. It kind of gives you like the opportunity to see everything in like in one place. I mean, obviously, if you don't do it, it is what it is. But I'll give you, I mean, a couple of pointers for the last kind of couple weeks. Gosh, there are only like 6 classes left. And crazy. It was awesome. Anywho, so here's the thing. We are going to learn some new things today. So I'm going to share my iPad screen, and I need you guys to pin so that you can split screen with Notability and my notes. Yes?
Wait, so after this week of work, we only have 1 week left, right? Of work, because I saw that.
An email that said that?
Oh, in the calendar, if you look, we have this week, and then if you look at next Thursday, we have that week of work, and then there's nothing else we have, like, that you're signed.
Oh, well, there's nothing due after that last week. All right, I'm going to present my screen. Go ahead and pin this if you can, please. Or do you not have to pin it when I present it? Oh, yeah, I remember that. You don't have to pin it when I'm presenting. Right? Right? Or no, maybe you do. Okay. So go ahead and find my screen and go to that, because that's where I am going to be doing our notes from today. So pin that screen for me, and then go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I titled this Apuntes de Dormir y Poder. Please go ahead and title your notes that, so that we could have somewhat similar notes there. Okay. All right, so here is the first thing that I have for you. So my first question is, we have a couple of different irregular verbs that we've been learning. So irregular verbs we have learned so far. All right. The first is, my question to you is, what is a boot verb? And I'm going to ask one of you guys this question. What is a boot verb? What is a boot verb? Let's see. Anybody know what's up with Ave? Did anybody have classes with her earlier? No? Okay. What is a boot verb? So let me ask. Kirsten, go ahead. Tell me what a boot verb is.
Can I give you an example?
You can give me, no, not yet. Can you can you try to think of what it is? What do we do when there is a boot verb?
You only conjugate o, us, and on.
Okay. So there are only particular, so you kind of only conjugate. So you only conjugate for yo, tú, él, ella, usted, and I'll just write it down here. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Okay. That's good. What else is special about the boot verb, la rosa?
It's in the shape of a boot. In
It's,
the conjugation chart thing.
uh-huh.
Like it's in the shape of a boot.
Okay, so it is in the shape of the boot. So it kind of helps you remember how to conjugate it, which is what this is, right? What else is special about the boot verbs? Gio. Gio.
Can I just say anything?
I mean, you can say anything. I want you to try to answer the question, though. What is a boot verb? So we have that it only can conjugate yo, tú, él, usted, ellos, ustedes. It is in the shape of the boot, which is why you only conjugate those. What else?
Is it like venemos? It's like separate from them for some reason.
Okay, right. So you do not do something in the nosotros form, which is what I'm trying to get at. Let me ask Reese. Reese, what is special about boot verbs?
Yeah, I have no clue.
No clue. Oh, I know who'll know.
They change.
What changes?
It goes from like I to like EI or something like that.
What is that called?
It's like a stem change or something.
Stem change. Gracias. Stem change. So, examples of stem changes. We have the very first one that we have that there's only one for it is U to UE. That's for Hugad. Then we have O to U, O to UE, E to I, E to IE. These are all different stem changes that can happen in these verbs. And so far, we have some, and I'm gonna list those in just a moment. Just a moment. But I want to ask you another question. The next question is, what is an irregular yo, or a go verb? Let's pick blue for this one. Dalton.
What do you mean by irregular?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. What is the irregular yo or the go verb? Those are two different names for the same thing.
Tango?
Example. What is the thing that happens with those irregular yo or go verbs? Why are they? Just try to explain it in words.
It ends in go.
It ends in
I
go.
don't know.
Okay, it does. It ends in go. It ends in go. So if we take the verb, for example, tener, and we see that it is an ER verb, let me separate that a little bit more. Our verb in yo form would be yo teno. However, we do not conjugate like that in the go form verbs because this has to change to go in the yo form. So therefore, it becomes yo tango with that go. Okay, so the irregular yo, the thing that you need to understand is that it does not conjugate like it normally should, right? Because the yo form normally has to end with an o. For everything so far, ER verbs, AR verbs, IR verbs, for everything except for ser and a star, the yo form of a verb has to end in o. But these go verbs, or the irregular yo verbs, they cannot do that because there is no such thing as yo teno. Just doesn't happen. So I'm going to ask for what verbs belong where. Annabeth, give me one of the verbs that we have learned so far that is a boot verb.
Ser.
No, because ser, soy, eres, es, somos, son, but it doesn't change, like that E doesn't change to IE. It is completely irregular. It's not a boot verb.
I forget the name of the other one, but I know we learned it.
We did learn it. Gabriela, can you give me one?
What?
What is a boot verb that we have learned so far?
Estar?
Nope, because ser and a star are the two that are completely irregular. They do not follow any pattern whatsoever. So like ser, which is what Annabeth said, is soy, eres, es, somos, son. There's no
Wait, those
ida.
aren't irregular? Oh, you said boot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't know.
How
Was it like
about
the Jugar one or something?
okay, Hugar is one. Gracias. A boot verb, jugar, is the very first one that we have learned. Jugar is the very first one that we have learned. We have learned others. Can you give me another one? Logan.
No. Didn't we learn poder?
That's today. Esteban, what'd you say?
I was gonna say the same thing.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm going to give them to you because I want to get through these notes. Okay, the other boot verbs we've learned so far are tener and venir. And tener and venir are also irregular go verbs. Okay? Now, there are very, very, very many different stem changing verbs you're going to learn in your career as a Spanish student, but these are the two that we've learned so far. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here, and we are going to start with dormir. Dormir is to sleep. Oops, I can't spell. Oh my goodness gracious. To sleep. So go ahead and write your conjugation chart, por favor. Go ahead and please put all of your pronouns. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted. Nosotros.
Can you scroll just a little bit?
Hold on 1 second. Ellos, ellas, y ustedes. Okay, go ahead and write your conjugation chart for dormir, por favor. Oh, here's another. I'm going to give you one more boot verb that we've learned. Querer. Querer. Okay. So dormir, to sleep. This boot verb, okay, is just a boot verb. It is not an irregular yo, okay? And this boot verb stem changes O to UE. So knowing that it stem changes O to UE, I'm going to go ahead and already give myself this O to UE stem change in my boxes. So we know that the boot verb has to stem change O to UE in the yo. It stem changes O to UE in the to. It stem changes O to UE in the el, ella, usted. It does not stem change in the nosotros, nosotras, and it does stem change in the ellos, ellas, ustedes. We know that because we have them up here. It changes in the yo, to, el, ella, usted, and ellos, ellas, ustedes. Okay? So go ahead and put those stem changes in there already. What goes with orange? We'll do green. Miami colors. Now, this is a it has regular IR verb endings. So for all of these, for IR verbs, if we remember, we're going to take out the IR, and we have, I'm going to write a mini conjugation chart. We have O, S, E, imos, and N for that right there. I'm going to put that right there. Is that a good place? Maybe not. There we go. That works. Okay. So here we go. So the first verb, dormir, to stem change it, it will become that D from there, the O changed to UE, but this R stays there, that M stays there. And then you have to put the ending for the IR verb in the yo form, therefore it is O, duermo. Go ahead and say, you don't have to put your mics on, but go ahead and say, yo duermo. And yo duermo will be I sleep. Okay? Go ahead and take a couple of maybe 20 seconds and fill out the rest of this. I'm going to say it out loud. If you can go ahead and want to like check and listen as I go, you can do that. So for 2, the D stays the same. That O changed to UE, R, M. It is the to form, so duermes. Tu duermes, which is you, familiar, sleep. Okay. All right, then we have the LAO stead form, DUE, RM, fill that out. It is a yo form, so I go up to my conjugation chart, ends in E. Él duerme, ella duerme, usted duerme, he, she, you, formal, sleep. Okay. Here it is key. Nosotros, nosotras does not stem change, so you're just going to go ahead and write dorm. Take out that IR because that's the ending. You look, it's an IR verb, so it's imos, dormimos, which is we sleep. We sleep. And lastly, we have ellos, ellas, ustedes. D, stem change U to E, R, M, go up to the top, it's an IR verb, and the ellos, ustedes. N, ellos, ellas, ustedes duermen, which is they, both masculine and feminine. and y'all or you all sleep. Okay, so that should be pretty straightforward from what you've seen. And if you were to take the stem change and draw a boot, or draw around where you have the stem change, you would then see the boot of the boot verb. Okay? All right. Now, here is the next one. So if I scroll down, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to start my conjugation chart for poder. Now, here is the thing with poder. Well, here we go. Let's start with the conjugation chart. Okay. Poder, which is to be able to. I think we'll do purple for this one. So poder is to be able to. It is also an O to UE stem change, just like dormir. Okay. If you go ahead and fill out your conjugation chart, yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, ellos, ellas, y ustedes. Okay. Give you a second to write all that down. I know it's a lot. Okay, so for this one, it is an O to UE stem change. So it does have the same stem change, same stem change as dormir. So I'm going to go ahead and write my stem change in my conjugation chart in my separate color. So I'm going to do UE for yo, UE for tú, UE for LAO usted, nothing for nosotros, nosotras, and then UE for ellos, ellas, ustedes. Okay. Then I'm going to pick blue. Is it different enough? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my stem change in here. So this exact same conjugation chart as before. So O, S, E, except for this one, it's an E verb, hemos, and N. Okay. So key, remember, the only difference between ER and IR is the nosotros form. And I'm going to start my conjugation. So yo, this P comes here, and the D goes there, and then I conjugate it in the yo form. So yo puedo. Easy. Now, here's where things get a little bit tricky if you don't pay attention. Jenna, knowing that the infinitive form in English of poder is to be able to, if I were to tell you, I want you to tell me what yo puedo is in English, what would you say yo puedo translates to?
I am.
I am
Able to.
I am able to. However, that's way too many words to say what you're trying to say. I am able to talk. And you already said it, Jenna. What would you want to say instead of I am able to talk?
I can.
I can. So I'm going to put that on here. So yo puedo is going to be I can. So if you see she can, he can, we can, you can, okay, that is poder, to be able to. Pay attention to that. Remember that. Put that in your brain. Don't forget it. Okay. I can, yo puedo. All right, here we go. Go ahead and fill out the rest of your chart for me, por favor. Tú puedes. You are able to, or you can. Él puede, which is he, she, you, formal, can. Nosotros podemos, no stem change because it is a boot verb. And ellos, ustedes pueden, which is, oh wait, this is we can. This is they, masculine and feminine, and y'all can. So if I choose to put my boot around this, you would see that the stem change happens everywhere except for the nosotros form. Okay. The big ojo, the big thing to remember is, this is true for almost everything, but we're going to talk specifically about poder. When you follow poder with another verb, that verb must remain unconjugated. So, for example, I can dance. Okay? Puedo. And if I said puedo and then bailo, that becomes I dance, which does not make sense. It should be puedo bailar, which is I can technically to dance. But it's I
Can you
can
go
dance.
up a little?
Yeah, I will. So, what you guys have is under the assignments for today. It's due by 2:00. It's just it's a paragraph where you have it's a rompecabezas, which is like a brain like little puzzle thing. So you're going to be using the verb dormir. And you're going to conjugate for the people in the sentence, and then you're going to answer. You're going to have to figure out the like riddle, okay? So for example, it says these aren't the correct names, but if it says like Marco, you know, I'm going to say it in English. Marco sleeps the most out of all my siblings. He, and you're going to have to conjugate dormir. He sleeps, you know, blank hours, and you have to like fill in and figure out how many hours each person like sleeps. And then at the bottom there are 6 names, because that's how many siblings I think there were, 6 names. And what you're going to do is you're going to write the sentence, and I wrote it in English for you, so you just have to conjugate it, but it'll be like Marcos sleeps blank hours, and you'd have to conjugate it correctly. So like Marcos, conjugation of dormir, 6 horas each day, cada día. Okay? So that is due. If you have any questions, or if you want to do it, you know, you want to go through it with me during tutorial, you know that tutorial is at 12:30. If you have any other questions, there's that. If you want to, I will be posting this video on YouTube from class, so you can take a look at the notes if you have, if you still need to do that. Okay? All right. If not, I will see you guys on Thursday if I don't see you at tutorial today. Okay? That's it. Adios. Bye.
There's a
The top.
Of the notes.
Wait, so the paper that you told us to download before class, what do we Is that for homework?
No, that's the thing that's due at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Marcos, is that where you wanted it?
I can't see it.
You can't see it? Do you have me pinned?
Yeah.
It says that I'm still showing. Dalton or Geo, do you see it?
Yeah. What?
I'm gonna leave and I'm back.
Okay, do that.
There we go. Alright. Bye.
Bye, Geo. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Your dog is angry. Did someone drive by the house? Is this where you wanted it? Where do you want it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I have it on there. I'm good now.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Dalton, you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.